actually in. There we go. I can put this there for live chat. Alright, that works. There's like a huge lag, but that'll work. Okay. And I need to mute this because I don't need volume. There we go. Alright. Hey, what's up? I thought I'd show off the new build. I have not built a new computer in 17 years, I think. My last computer was 10 years ago. An old Intel i7 core something, 4-core processor with, I upgraded the RAM to 12 gigs, and I think I've got a EVGA GTX 970 in there now. And so this is a whole new world because things have changed a little bit in 16 years of building. Last box was pretty good. Built by a local company. They put together just what I wanted, and I just didn't have to deal with the build. But there was really not very much RGB that even existed at the time, so things are completely different, and we're going for, well, pretty full bling. So tonight I'm just going to show what I got, and we'll talk a little bit about it, and if there's any live chats, if there's anybody that watches at all, I'll be shocked. But I can answer questions sort of real time. And then tomorrow, I hope, I'll be joined with my friend, and we'll try some YouTubes as well, actually putting this together. So let's just start from the top. Right off the bat is the Ryzen 3900x. That is the actual processor right there. Super exciting. This thing is really, really nice. So I'm happy about that. I decided to save some money and not do the 3950X, but that's okay. And it comes in the handy little box here. So processor and look for it. Wraith cooler. All of that. So anyway, that's gonna be nice. I had to do a little research on how to get the fan to do the nice colors, but it'll do it, so that's good. More to come on that front. And putting all this back is a mystery. Let's see. There we go. Okay, we'll come back to that. Next thing too was motherboard. I got the ASUS ROG STRIX X570F motherboard. And so that's got the nice chipset for the Ryzen series anyway. Should be happy. So nice board. It's got two M.2 NVMe slots. So I've got two 1 terabyte 970 EVOPlus Samsung drives. Load both of those in there. And I did not get just a regular SATA drive. I might add one later. We'll see. And other things. So apparently power supplies are hard to get. I lucked out. I got this off most of everything except for the case I got from Newegg. And this power supply was shipped and sold by Newegg, and now they're out of stock. So if there is a power supply shortage, you should probably look and get a power supply if you're planning to do a build. 750 watts. This is the modular power supply, and it comes standard with black cables, but I'll talk about the case in a minute. But I got the NZXT case that's white, and so I also got the Corsair matching white cables to go with that. So those should be pretty swanky. And then let's see. Well, we got to talk about the RAM because this RAM is ridiculous. Because RGBs, so we need full bling. And I went with the G-Skill Trident Z Royal, which comes in this very nice box. And you need to see this up close because this stuff is just ridiculous. I went with silver, and it comes with its own cleaning cloth for fingerprints. Oh. So let's see how that looks. I'll hold that up close. This stuff is nuts. It's a little dark, I know, but there you go. That's going to be pretty bomb. It's just ridiculous. So the fact that you can even get RAM that does this, and it didn't really cost any more than regular RGB RAM, it's fine. Okay, so I'll do that. That's cool. What else? Other things, I'll talk about the case too. So I was going to get a NVIDIA RTX 2070, I spent my money and I immediately returned it because NVIDIA just announced the 3070, 3080, and what I think is the 3090 series. So the 3080 is coming out mid-September. I'm going to do the 3080 because it's like $150 more than what I already paid for the 2070, so I returned that immediately. The only bad news is I have this ridiculously old card that came with the original bottom of this was my original computer in the other room, GTX 260. I'm just gonna put it in. It's cheap. It'll just survive. It's good enough for a couple of weeks. I'll get a new video card and then you'll be much happier. But that's gonna be a whole adventure. We'll see if it even works. So that's pretty entertaining. The other thing too is the case. So case here is the NZXT H. What are you doing, Alexa or Siri? Anyway, hush. NZXT H510. I did not get the H510 Elite, although that's a pretty case. It's got the glass front. It has totally crappy airflow. If you watch any of the YouTube stuff from Gamers Nexus, which I've done crash courses on that, and anyway, several different channels, airflow was not very good at all with that case. And even the H510 is not a great case. Let's pull, well, I shouldn't say that. It's not great for airflow. I like the look of it, but I watched the reviews, and if I can get the plastic off, there we go. If you have either you're doing the liquid cooling, which I'm not planning to do, a fan exhaust here and on the back as exhaust actually pulls in air from beneath to keep your GPU cool, and then circles around for CPU, and the the information that we got was actually pretty good. So that's my basic approach. The stock case comes with non-RGB fans. RGB fans are coming. They're going to be delivered tomorrow. So once I get those, that will be nifty, and the motherboard supports all of that. So that's good. And I'll just pull this off for those that have seen this case. Yeah, let's put this over here. Oh. Okay. So anyway, comes with stuff. It's I don't know. It's just a nice layout, and what I have to do is figure out the rest of taking this case apart, which we'll do tomorrow. But the cable routing on this is really nice. I liked that too. These screws are tight. Okay, here we go. But they're captive case screws, which is cool too, so at least they don't just fall off like my other case. And everything is filtered too, so there's nice mesh filters, and even the power supply filter or air intake has its own filter, which is pretty slick. So I thought that's kind of cool. And I'll show the back for those that haven't seen it. There we go. There's plenty of reviews that show this case in way more detail, but it's worth just showing. With the board here, they've already got some really nice cable management stuff that comes, and so I was pretty pleased about that. I think that'll really help it look nice and tidy. And if I want to add SATA drives and things like that, I can put those in the back and put the cable cover on, and we'll be in good shape. So I don't know. I thought that looked good. So yeah, it's a little bit of looks over function maybe, but I think it's good enough, and I'll be pretty happy with that. So with the exception of the super shitty video card, the only other thing I got was the $80 off food. So that's I guess that's good. Thanks, Newegg, whatever. So that'll be good. What else can I show? I'll actually open up some of these too. Why don't I just open them? Because it's boring to not look at stuff inside the boxes. So, okay, power supply, nice stock modular power supply, that's good. And these are all the standard black cables in the Corsair bag. I'm not going to use any of these, so we'll just set that over here. And somewhere I had the white cables through there. So all these cables will go with this. So let's move this box out of the way. So that's all those. And put that stuff over there for a motherboard. Pretty slick. Let's get this out. It has, there we go. So anyway, nice board. And the M.2 slots are hidden behind some, what do you call it, heat sinks, so that's good. That's all nicely done. And of course you put the RAM here, and the only card I've got really will be the graphics card. Once I get that, aside from the shitty card, so, you know, whatever, likely on. And what else can I show you? I think that's basically it. I'll show the Wraith cooler. There's been a lot of stuff I've been kind of researching on that, because if you look at the CPU cooler, the stock AMD CPU cooler, we'll open this up too just to show that off. There we go. Oh, there should be musical notes every time you open these boxes. The stock CPU cooler doesn't have a lot of information about. It's got an instruction manual, but it doesn't really exactly explain how to connect this to your motherboard very well. And there's a couple of things to know. If you carefully look on the side, there's actually, I don't know if this will show up on video, let's see. Maybe it's too dark. Hold on, I'm going to turn the light over. Right there on the side where my finger's at, yeah, there's these two little rubber stoppers. And there's nothing in there. There's no, I think some of the older ones had actually some shorting pins, but there's a 4-pin RGB header. The word on the street is this only controls the inner fan colors. You cannot control the outer ring and AMD logo with the 4-pin RGB header. So what they have is this 3-pin USB connection that connects to your board. And then of course you have to use, it's actually Corsair, it's Cooler Master software that lets you do full RGB control of the fan. The mystery is, well, I've got an ASUS motherboard, so I'd like to use ASUS Aura. If not, I would use the Corsair IQ software to control the fan too, and it's totally unclear if that's going to happen out of the box, or if I have to use this extra software, or, you know, do something else. So that's the only, well, at least for now, the only mystery I know of. So, let's see, I think that's it for now. I'm going to stop the video, and we'll regroup tomorrow and put this together. So, anyway, there you go. Let's see if I can do a zoom in from here. Ooh, ah. So, nice RAM, there's power supply, and the case itself, of course. And I don't have any background music. Maybe I'll add some in if I edit this. Cool. Okay.